We will learn to move in time, also to be able to read in the future, to be able to perceive what is ahead of us. And this is something that the human being has always searched for. Convoy, my name is Gazza Solidago, and I'm one of the teachers of the School of Alchemy in Damanhur. I would like to introduce you a little bit the second year of the School of Alchemy. While the first year focuses on the body, on our alchemical laboratory, that is our body, in the second year we will explore and experience, especially experience, the subtle body that is part of our temple, which is, let's say, hosting our soul, our essence. And we will get into the studying in depth the geometries that form our body, that are as complex as the functions of our physical body. And we will learn to explore the world of dreams, the world of the astral planes, which are the layers, let's say, of the beyond. That is, of course, outside of us, but also inside of us. Imagine our aura as the beyond, so as a field, as a space that we can explore and learn to practice, learn to increase our sensitivity in this sense. And we will also learn a super complex and fascinating subject, that is time. Time seen not only as a flow as we perceive it, that determines our plane of reality, following the law of cause and effect, but we will explore time as a territory that we can experience, that we can explore. By the way, the alchemy of time is very complex, and I don't want to use the word complicated, but it is full of paradoxes. It is really complex, and it's fascinating to study. And there's never an end to study and research in this field. There's never an end in this field anyway, because alchemy and magic is a world where we can never say we have arrived. It's like learning to play a musical instrument. Can you say that you have arrived? There's always a way to do better. There's always a way where we can do different and improve, and there's always a way where we can open, unfold new worlds, new emotions, and it is really a journey. And imagine talking about the sphere of the beyond. We call it the threshold, as if there was something in between our physical and what is outside of us. And so the threshold in this sense. This is a world made of different layers, of different dimensions, and we are, let's say, plugged in this dimension through the chakra, through our body. So it's all a complex system that we will study in detail during the lessons of the school. But also we will learn to explore it, as I was saying earlier. And we will learn to move in time, also to be able to read in the future, to be able to perceive what is ahead of us, like a form of divination, but using our astral bodies, using our laboratory. So, of course, to foresee the future, we can use many instruments, from personal tools like tarot cards or dowsing, or reading stones or the runes, or the clouds. We can read anything. But we can read anything when we know the language, when we know how the universe speaks to us, when we know the codes, let's say. But in this sense, in the school, we learn to do this, moving in time our astral bodies. It's like we are able to move in time, seen as a territory, to foresee the future, to to pick up what there is ahead of us. And this is, I think, quite unique, a teaching that I've never heard in other schools. And learning really to move your bodies, your laboratory that we are, in time. One of the fields of alchemy practice is the alchemical readers. What does it mean? It is a specialization where you learn to read the Akashic records. Imagine you can go where these files, archives are placed, and read what there is. Of course, you will need to have a space inside of you where you can put this knowledge, as well as having a very good memory, and bring it back. But also, this field, which is very vast, includes the possibility to read, as I was saying, in the future. And this is something that the human being has always searched for. Imagine our origin. Imagine the human being living in the cave with only uncertainty around. And we don't have in our body big wings to fly away in case of danger. We don't have big teeth or nails to defend ourselves in case of attack. So imagine our origin, the beginning of our history. Also because the roots of magic and the essence of the tradition begins there in our history, in our life, there in the origin of times. And so there always has been the need for the human beings to see ahead, to be able to foresee. Imagine the human being who sees for the first time the snow, because at that time, imagine, we were traveling from place to place, exploring territories that were totally unknown. How important was it to be able to have a glimpse of what there could be and organize just for survival? But in this case, not only for survival. Everything that we do for survival can always have layers of meanings that make it spiritual and possible for us to use for our awakening, to accelerate our evolution, to really accelerate our growth and enlightenment. And in this direction, the human beings have developed so many different forms of and instruments, from personal systems and instruments and tools to oracles, prophets, who not only have the faculty to foresee the future. For instance, in Damanhur there is the oracle of Damanhur. We can describe it as a family of divine forces specialized in time, specialized in looking ahead in the future as well as the past. In fact, we also do past life courses and researches in this sense. And I was saying the oracle also has the faculty to pick up an event that is useful for you in the direction of the question. So it's not only a reading, but it is, let's say, an active reading where you receive also in the answer a flow of synchronicity in the direction of your question. In this sense, in the School of Alchemy, we teach to move in time, physically we can say, because our energy layers are a part of our body, but they can move. Just like we can move in astral travel. Astral travel is something that we do spontaneously sometimes, most of the times. We can also learn to astral travel, meaning traveling with our astral bodies. In this sense, the perception and the reading of the future is with a conscious movement of our astral bodies. A little bit further, reading the signs that we can find. Reading the signs is an art that we can learn. Learning, as we were saying earlier, the codes and the language that the universe speaks, which is not linear cause and effect. This is what is working, let's say, in the material plane of our existence. But learning the laws of magic that are a different language, but a universal language that works as well as the laws of the universe and the combination and its constant movement, because the universe is constantly moving, just like we are constantly in movement, and we can learn this language. Time, we were saying, is a territory, and we can explore this territory, we can move in this territory. Time is also a part of our nature. We are made of time, we can say. This is why maybe we are sensitive to objects that are ancient, monuments that have a history, that are very, very old, or including an object that we have that has an age, that has some time. We give it a value, and we in some way resonate with this, because this is our time nature. And of course now I would like to also invite you for a little experience, and this is a very little experience. In the school we will learn really the tools and the instruments to experience this more in depth and more in its full complexity. And so I would like to invite you to please close your eyes, because when you close your eyes you open a door inside of yourself, and take a few deep breaths. And paying attention, bringing your attention to your body expanding as you inhale. And pause. Hold your breath before exhaling from your mouth. And pause. Hold the energy before inhaling again. Bring your attention on your body expanding as you inhale, and then relaxing as you exhale. Feel the joy of being inside of your body. Feel the joy of every single cell receiving the prana, the nourishment. And perceiving how little by little, breath after breath, your mind gets clearer and clearer. Like an open sky. Continue to breathe this way, inhaling from your nose, filling up your lungs completely down from the bottom. And after the pause, exhale from your mouth open. And pause again. Also the waves of the ocean. Pause before inhaling. And they pause again before exhaling freely, fully, pleasantly. This way you put yourself in the flow of life, in the flow of time. And you participate more fully to your deep essence. All the thoughts slow down in your mind, and your body can relax this way thanks to this breath. And you can reach little by little a state of stillness, like a lake without waves. And it's as if you can feel, looking through, you can feel the deep joy that is your deep nature, your deep essence. Imagine a point, imagine your center. It can be a physical point of your body. It can be a point on your aura. Imagine a point inside of you that can be defined as your center, that is calling you in this moment. And from this moment, from this center, go back to when you were a child, a moment, an experience of when you were a young girl, a young boy. Go back to that moment that is coming now to your mind in this moment. You are also now that little girl, that little boy. You are also present in a part of you in this moment of your childhood. Enjoy, stay there for a moment to really enjoy the flavor of that moment that has arrived to you. That is a moment of your past. And now come back to here, to your center, to the point that you found on your body or on your aura. That is your center here. And imagine now that from here you can project yourself now to 5 years from now. 5 years in the future, 5 years ahead of you. Where are you now? Look around. Where are you? And look around. Inside of you, how do you feel? What flavors? What sensations? Enjoy this moment of you in the future. Feel, perceive the sentiments, the tastes, the feeling also inside of you. Very good. And now come back to your center, to your point that you found. And take a deep breath again, fully expanding your chest as you breathe down to the bottom of your lungs. With pleasure, with the joy of being here in your body, in your beautiful alchemical laboratory. Another deep breath. And when you like, you can open your eyes with a beautiful smile to offer to yourself and to the others around you. Where I hope you have been able to taste this possibility of traveling to the past that we know, to the future that we don't know, but we can explore. We can also determine with our intention. We can also read what there is around us, of course learning the tools and the instruments and using them. And knowing that time is like an ocean of eternal present, where everything is here. But here is here, inside of my laboratory today, that I can learn to use in all its possibilities, in all its potential. And I can learn to travel with, and I can learn to train in order to become more sensitive to perceive and also to direct our life for our desired outcomes. Con voi.